Hey everybody, this is Chris on the Chris Huff Show. You guys are tuned in. Listen, today on the Chris Huff Show, I'm thrilled to welcome somebody who I've recently just met, but their ministry and their music I'm just blown away by. So I want to introduce you guys to Cynthia Lok. She's all the way in Canada. She's a passionate worship artist whose heartfelt lyrics and reliable style are doing it. Listen, I'm just gonna get into it because there's a specific song that you have called "Come Abide in Me," and it was the last thing I was listening to on the way in. I was listening to it in the car. Can you tell me a little bit about how you came up with that song? And um, am I the only one who says that they like that? Like, do other people have favorites of yours, or is that one of your like top when people tell you about it?
Yeah, actually, they don't mention that one as often. But that song is a really special song. So there have been some people who really do like that song.
Right.
So yeah, just so grateful that it's one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that song, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to ask how you came up with the lyrics for maybe not that one particular, but like what is your writing process like? Because I say used to like I'm retired or something, but I in the past I've been a Christian rapper, so but my life nowadays is so chaotic. It's hard for me to sit down and write. Like if I'm writing jokes for stand up or I have to put it in my notes in my phone, otherwise I'll forget about it. So like I have to put it down right then and there. And I rarely have enough free time to sit down and just write. So like what's that process like for you?
Yeah, well, for Come Abide in Me in particular, like at that particular moment, I had actually gone through like a break. So I started writing in 2006, but it was kind of like really on and off. And
Right.
so basically in that journey, I was like, God, if you really want me to write music for you, because I had received a lot of prophetic words like from my pastor and just about like writing music and my music and my voice like bringing healing to people and people even coming to Christ. And so
Right.
basically, I thought that if God really wanted me to do this, then there would be like a sign or something like that. And
Right.
so during this time, like from 2006 to like about 2010, I was like writing music. I was trying to like, I recorded them and I sent them off to like a competition, like a Christian songwriting competition. And I thought that if God really wanted me to do this, that he would give me a sign and that I would get like, top 10 or something, whatever, like some sort of mention, right?
Right.
And so I submit my songs and, and then it doesn't happen, right? Like basically they're like, you have a gift, keep
Right.
writing, but you need to improve on this, right? And so at that time, I felt like God made a mistake. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not meant to do this. And so I kind of put songwriting on the shelf for a bit.
Mhm.
And it was during this time, like from like 2010 to about 2013, where God brought me to the right sermons and to the right, yeah, like teachings and stuff. And so, long story short, I realized it's about it's worship unto Him, and whether or not like it's meant to impact like one person or maybe it's just for him, like just the audience of one, like that
Right.
was kind of where he brought my heart to.
Right.
And so it was after this time I started writing again, but it was for that reason. It's like, okay, God, this is my worship to you. And so, whether or not other people listen to it or whatever, that's not my concern. Like my concern is I
Right.
want to honor you and worship you. And so I started writing again. And that song was the first song I wrote after that season. And so there was this sermon that I was listening to, and it really spoke to me. And it was about abiding in Christ. And I think, yeah, just even the lyrics, like I've tried things on my own and it's just not working and I'm getting frustrated. And like, God, I just want your presence. Like that's basically the song. Like it's like, Lord, I just want to do this. I want to do this with you. And I don't want to, yeah, I just want your presence and I want you to abide in me as I abide in you. And so when that happens, it's your thoughts, Lord, and your thinking and your heart will influence mine and we would be one. And so that's where that song came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how you said that. Because it's kind of like I don't know if you've heard the phrase audience of one before.
Yeah.
That's been something big with me my whole life. I'm like, man, I could. And I'm also like, man, in my mind, I'm like, man, if I just switched up my style, like if I went away from the Christian genre. If I wanted to go on stage cussing or talking about this, that, the third, I'm like, I could be so rich and I could be in so many shows, but I'm like, man, I know for a fact that I know better, so that if I did that, God would be like, I'm gonna get you. Um, so it's awesome to see people that stick with their Christian roots and stay focused on God because it really is all about Him. There was a song back in the day I used to love called Heart of Worship. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about you. Um, so that made me think of that a lot. Um, is there a specific scripture or maybe phrase that kind of encourages you or motivates you to keep going when you're doing your music?
Yeah, and I think it's definitely that maybe not like a specific scripture, but like it is worshiping him, like every doing everything unto him and having experiencing his presence and that
Mhm.
relationship like with him as you do everything. And I think that's what keeps me going. It's like, okay, Lord, I know you've called me to write,
Mhm.
and like I want to be obedient to that, right?
Right.
Because it says that if we love him, then we will obey, right? And then if we love him and obey him, he will abide in us, right? And so that relationship will just get deeper and deeper. And so yeah, I guess that would be the scripture, and that's what keeps me going. It's doing everything unto him. Yeah.
Yes. I believe if we're obedient, a pastor friend of mine told me one day, obedience will get you a lot further than anything ever can. Um, I wonder in my life how many times I've missed something because I wasn't listening to God all the way. And I'm sitting there like, man, why am I not going anywhere? And God's like, listen, all you had to do was do this. You went on your own path, and now you're mad at me. So, um, yeah, I'm all about obedience. Like I try my best, like, and I'm hard-headed too. So I always tell God, I'm like, listen, God, you know me. If I'm supposed to do something, I need you to make it like, I need you to drop it in front of my face because I'm all over the place. I'm like, I need it to be abundantly clear. And then God has done that multiple times. I'm like, I didn't mean for you to do it this hard, God. Like, all you have to do is tap me on the shoulder. Um, but yeah, obedience to God, I think, will get you a lot further and put you in a lot more places than trying to do stuff on your own. Um, so I did see on your Instagram page that you recently, maybe in the past couple of years, won an award over there in Canada. Tell us about that award show, what that was like, and what you won the award for.
Yeah, totally. It's with Gospel Music Association of Canada. And so the music industry in Canada is not huge. It's
Right,
not like the Dove Awards in the USA, but
right.
it's still it was just so amazing to be a part of that group and a part of that awards show because prior to that I had gone through one of the most unraveling seasons of my life. And
Mm,
so, to make a really long story short, 2020, a lot of things happened, and God used those events to expose things in my life,
mhm.
patterns of wrong thinking, yeah, just all sorts of things that really needed healing.
Right.
And so all this stuff came up and like I went through like a 3 year like healing journey. Like I did freedom session, I had a therapist. Um and so like I was really in a broken broken like very fragile season where God was doing like a lot of heart surgery on me. And so basically when these awards were happening, it was like I had just gone out of that season. Like I was just like I was in a place where like God, you have healed me. Like it was, but before that, it was just like, oh, I'm so broken, and then it's like, oh my goodness, like I so despair and like I'm, reacting in ways that are not Christian like, right? And they're coming from like old wounds and trauma and all that kind of stuff. And so, coming to that award show was just like a mountaintop. It was from the valley to the mountaintop, and
Right.
like I was with a lot of Christian artists who have been in the industry have like got nominated for Juno Award. Like Junos are like a Grammy. So like in Canada,
Um,
a Juno is like a Grammy. And so
wow.
some of the people that were nominated for the awards that I won,
Mhm.
they were nominated for a Juno. And
Wow.
so, to be able to win um an award, two awards at this was just like I just really felt like it was God just gifting me, like with,
Right.
yeah, just being acknowledged with amongst peers, and I just felt like it was just a huge present from the Lord, and it was, yeah, I just was over the moon. Like I was just so grateful and so thankful because I was just literally, I was in a place of brokenness, despair, hopelessness, and then like it was like a 180
Yeah.
for me terms of like that award, and not only that award, but like everything leading up those 3 years leading up to that place. It was like
Right.
just a celebration of what God had done in my life. So yeah,
What song was that for?
it was for my home.
Okay. Were
Yeah.
you was that the one you wrote? There's a guy named,
Yeah,
I think
my
his name was
home.
Jake. Is that, oh, am I totally wrong?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
No, you got it. You you
listen, I
really
did
know.
my
Yeah.
homework.
Yeah. So
I
I
did my
co-wrote
homework.
that song. Yeah, you did your
Okay.
homework. Yeah, so I wrote that song with Jake. Really
Okay.
thankful. So I was messaging him and be like, hey, like I don't know him, so
Right.
it was kind of like a, hey, would you be open to co-writing and like and singing on this song with me? And so I brought him like a finished, complete song, like it was like done, and he was like, if maybe if we tried this or that, like then. Maybe I'd be open to like singing on it because he's further along in the journey as
Yeah.
a Christian Canadian artist. And
Right.
so, but yeah, really thankful for that collaboration. That was also like a true gift from God. And so we're still writing. And one of my songs too, I actually he wrote on a few of my songs. So we wrote Throw My Crowns and Promise Together. Yeah,
Okay.
so we're still collaborating and in each other's lives.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
you guys can stream her music. If you look up Cynthia Cynthia, and then Lok Lok, all her stuff came up on Apple Music when I was listening to it. So you guys should don't just listen to it, come by to me. It's a lot of good things on there. It's like, so you mentioned you couldn't get in the top 10 in that writing contest, and then you're winning one of the top awards in Canada. So it's like when you stayed obedient, God is like, listen, this is where I can get you. You don't give up on something just because one person says no. All it takes is one yes from God to get you to where you want to be. It's funny because I can relate to that kind of because I was looking back. I've been trying to get on the radio since I probably had the idea in my heart before 2011, but 2011 is when I started messaging. And I went back, and it's almost like I was having a conversation with myself in somebody's inbox. And then every once in a while they reply back, you can send a resume. And I'm like, well, I have no experience. I'm not going to waste my time sending a resume. You can just tell me no. So I think multiple times a year, all the way up until recently, I was driving. I just moved to Anderson, South Carolina here in the past few years. And I was trying to get to a sports station because my favorite sports team is here on a station. And I was driving and I heard gospel music and I was like, what station is this? I've never heard of this before. And then, like in that exact moment, I heard God say, this is where you're gonna be at. And I was like, okay, God, it's been like 15 years. I've always I'm like, is that me or is that God? And so I had reached out to the station on Facebook, messaged them, and then they read the message and then didn't reply. And I was like, well, I would say that wasn't God. That was just me. But then God said, if you're gonna give up that easily, you don't deserve it. So then I signed a contact at the radio station, came and had a meeting, and it was like an instant yes. And it's like I've been waiting for 10, 15 years, and God was like, this is what you need to do. And it's like like I said, I have trouble hearing God clearly sometimes. But in this moment, with this instance, it was like it was easy. And so God is like open doors um like you wouldn't believe. Um so again, you're listening to Cynthia Lok and Chris Huff on the Chris Huff Show, Spirit 105.1. Cynthia, who would you say are some of your top five most influential artists? They can be anybody. It can be different genres. So I'll give you an example. So I talked to a comedian last week. I'm not sure if you've heard of Bill Cosby, you might have, and some of the things that he's done in his comedy past, and some of the things that he's done in his other past. And me, me and the other comedian Akintunde had both listed him in our top five. He was like, "Listen, you didn't say the top five most Christ-like comedians. You didn't say the most trustworthy comedians." But it's like Bill Cosby is up until recently with his comedy stuff, is has been real influential. And so we both listed him, and some people debate about that. And I was like, well, so who would you say are top five people musically that are most inspiring to you, any kind of genre and for any reason?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I am, yeah, that's right. We want to glean from all sorts of genres and people. But I have a confession. I do mostly listen to Christian artists and
Yes,
and music because it just really helps me to connect. And I'm not like opposed to listening to,
right.
Taylor Swift or
Yeah.
Lady Gaga or anything like that. But yeah, so I really love listening to Taya. So she used to be part of Hillsong, Taya.
Yeah.
And I love her. I love her. She's an amazing singer and just, yeah, she sang Oceans.
Oh,
Brandon Lake. I
wow.
love Brandon Lake. Corey Asbury. I probably said it wrong. I'm sorry, Corey. Uh, those are definitely three that I really just love their style of writing. Not that my style of writing would like mirror
Right,
theirs, but
right,
I just love them as artists and like I love what they're doing at Upper Room. So Upper Room, completely different as well because it's like they are focused more on um, ministering to the Lord through their
right.
music, and also it's more like vertical worship. And Carrie Joe, I love Carrie Joe. So yeah, those are the five, my top five. Yeah.
Okay. What song of yours would you say you feel the most connected to at the moment?
Yeah, I would say Promise. Promise definitely is the season that I'm in. Like God has done a lot. Like he really has. Like before it was bitter into sweet. And I still remember like the season that I was in and like the brokenness and how bitter I actually was and how like literally um like the Lord turned it into sweet and he restored my family. He restored so many things. And so now I'm still waiting on some promises from God. But in the waiting, um, wanting Him, like Him Himself, I want to really experience the Lord Himself as my promise, like more than the promised land. And so
Right,
that song like represents that. And like, yes, there's promises that God puts in our hearts, and there's a promised land, and like there's like destinies, and like there's prophetic words that like I've gotten that like I haven't stepped into yet, and I don't even know if I will because I'm still like, Lord, is that really from you? Like what you were saying, right? Like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, right? And so it's like, Lord, if that's really you, then you will make it happen. But I want to treasure you, and you are my promise. You are the ultimate, like if you have him, then you have everything.
right.
Every promise is found in him. And so, yeah, I would say that Promise would be definitely a song that I'm really just, yeah, sitting in at this moment.
Okay. Anybody
Mhm.
listening, I would encourage you guys. I just gave my little story about how um, I feel like God gave me a promise years ago and it took 10, 15 years. Like, I think people need to realize that in our human nature, sometimes we think of God as like a genie, and we're like, all right, God, I want three wishes, and I want this, I want this, I want this. But God is not a genie, and if God has promised you something, there's no time limit on it. There's no time frame on it. So if God is not a liar, which he's not, if he promised you something, it'll come to you. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but God is still working on those things. And we got to understand too that a thousand years down here to us is probably like a second in heaven. So things that we've been waiting on forever and ever, and we're asking God, what is the hold up? It hadn't been that long. And maybe there's something that we're supposed to be doing that God is like, if you just do this, if you just become obedient, then I will make this promise happen for you. But like I said, God is not a liar. So if he promised us something, then he's going to come through with it. Um, so and let me ask you this, because I'm not a singer. I've tried to sing. I'm more of a rapper. I can write. I try to hit high notes and I'm just like, oh, that's not, I don't know what note that is, but I know that's not the correct note. So would you be willing to sing just a little bit of my favorite song of yours at the moment, Come Abide in Me, because it we're gonna play it here right after this interview. We're gonna hear it live on the show here. It's gonna be in our rotation, but I really just want to know if you would sing a little bit of "Come Abide in Me." I want people to hear the lyrics to the song and just think about the words to it and just worship to it.
Yes. I'm just gonna turn the piano this way. I don't know how the sound quality will be, but I gotta go like this. There we go. Okay. I have tried things on my own, and things just end up failing. There's nothing I can do on my
Thank you so much. Listen,
Thank you so
that is one of
much.
my
Listen,
favorite songs.
that is
And
one of my favorite
really
songs. And
fast, the
really
first
fast,
two
the first two
paragraphs of that song,
paragraphs of that song.
and I'm looking at them right here on my phone, so I'm not looking at the camera. So I have tried things on my own, and things just end up failing. There's nothing I can do on my own, but in you, I can do all things. Listen, God can do more with just a little bit of faith and a little bit of obedience, like we've been talking about this whole time. Um, Here are all my hopes and dreams. I lay them at your altar. So take away my doubts and fears so I can trust you. Your ways are higher. I kind of feel like that's how this thing with the radio went with me. Like, okay, God, I've been trying to do this on my own. You know what? If this is something that you want me to do, I'm giving it to you and I'm taking my hands off of it. Because a lot of times we like to pray to God to ask God to do things and then we try to keep doing it ourselves. And I think God's sitting back like, well, if you want to do it, you go right ahead. Like, I'm gonna let you do it. That's what you want to do. But if you trust me, show me that you trust me, and I will do so much more with it than you can imagine. So, um, thank you so much for doing that song for us. That's one of my favorite songs. That's one you're gonna hear on the Chris Huff Show here on Spirit 105.1 FM. Um, Really quickly, how can people reach you on social media? How can people contact you, and give us any kind of any information you want to give us?
Yeah, for sure. I would be so welcoming of anyone who would love to reach out to me. You can reach me on Instagram. So my handle is Cynthia Lok Music. So CYNTHIA LOK and then music. So I'm on socials. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm usually better with Instagram. And you can email me too. You can visit my website. My website is also Cynthia Lok. I think if you just type in Cynthia Lok, like LOK, and the spelling that I just gave, like you'll be able to find my website. But it's yeah, basically cynthialokmusic.com for a website, and then socials, Cynthia Lok Music, and then you can also email me, Cynthia lockmusic@gmail.com. I have a couple of email addresses, but yeah, I would be more than happy to connect and get to know whoever wants to reach out. So yeah.
Listen, the power of social media. Me and Cynthia connected over social media, and I'm so glad that we did because her music is something that's definitely not only going to be on my radio rotation, but in my car rotation. I drive like 2 hours a day back and forth from work, so I have a lot of time in my car. So you're definitely on my rotation. So listen, guys, thank you for joining us on the Chris Huff Show. Thank you again, Cynthia. Again, you can follow her on Instagram, search Cynthia Lok. And we're going to end it for today. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys follow her and contact.